welcome to PennyWise, a Lee Enterprises podcast. I'm your host, Nat Cardona. It may be the very start of fall, but if you plan to travel for the holidays, now is the time to do your research and pull out your wallet. We have NerdWallet travel rewards expert Sally French here with some tips to save on holiday travel this year. Okay, so talking about holiday travel, as people look towards the next couple months, we've got Thanksgiving, and then it seems around Christmas, people are flying here, there, everywhere. Is there any advantage to last minute flights? I know that last year, that was a big thing.
Yes, in general, booking last minute flights is not something you should bank on. We typically see last minute hotel deals because hotels just want to fill up whatever available rooms that they have. But that's not really the case with airfares because people would be desperate to book a last minute flight. We actually see airfares get more expensive last minute. So I don't want to completely write off the idea that you won't find a great last minute airfare. But the reality is you should plan to book your airfare now, especially for holiday travel.
Sure. So a lot of that would entail tracking prices. So let's go into that.
Yes. So there are a number of apps that make it pretty easy to track your prices. One of the great ones is Google Flights, and Google Flights has a bunch of individual features that can make this helpful. So Google Flights has a calendar display that will show the flight prices across all the airlines for any day of that month. This is great for people who want to fly, let's say for the holidays, but are flexible. If they fly out on Tuesday versus Thursday, they don't really care. Google Flights calendar view makes this really easy. Another thing that you can do is if you know you want to fly a specific airport, which is pretty common if you're going to visit family for the holidays, you can enter in that airport versus your home airport, and Google Flights will send you an alert when it sees that airfares are cheaper than usual to that destination.
I am a huge believer in that calendar layout that you just mentioned. There's nothing more beautiful in my planning mind when it's, this says 380 on Tuesday, and then, a week later on a Friday, it's whatever, 320. I just love the breakdown. It's so neat how they do it.
Right. And, you would be so surprised at how much the price is different just by adjusting your flight by a couple days. And there are just a lot of people who automatically assume they're going to fly out one day because they think that's most convenient for them. But when you realize maybe extending by one day could save you $200 times all 4 people in your family, then this can be huge savings. So don't overlook that calendar view and see if you can change your trip dates by just 1 or 2 days to possibly save money.
Are you ready to focus on what you're truly passionate about? At the University of Massachusetts Amherst, we're committed to helping students design a meaningful path for their future. As one of the country's top-tier public research universities, we're helping drive the world forward, empowering students to challenge convention, champion innovation, and embrace the freedom of affecting real positive change in the world. Tap now to explore flexible options for a high-quality education or visit umass.edu. Be revolutionary.
Sure. And I just kind of want to ground back here. So for Thanksgiving, when would be a good time to book for that long weekend?
Yes. So definitely I would recommend booking Thanksgiving travel by mid-October at the latest. However, NerdWallet in general recommends booking travel 1 to 3 months out. And the reality is for the holidays, people should probably book even earlier. We know that more people are planning to travel for the holidays this year versus last. And holidays are one of the busiest days to fly. In fact, in each of the past 4 years, the Sunday after Thanksgiving was the most crowded day to fly of that week. So you want to avoid traveling that week. And perhaps most interestingly is that every year in the past 4 years, aside from 2020, the Sunday after Thanksgiving was also the busiest single day to fly of the entire year.
Oh my gosh, everyone. I mean, that's the classic camera shot on NBC, ABC, CBS, whatever. That reporter in the airport and utter chaos happening in the background as people try to go home for Monday to start work.
Right. Everyone thinks that they need to fly home this Sunday after Thanksgiving, but that's exactly it, is use that calendar view and realize that, there's going to be way lighter traffic if you change your travel itinerary by just a couple days. In fact, The best day to travel post-holiday is Giving Tuesday has among the lightest crowds. So does the Wednesday after, and so does Black Friday. If you want to do that Thanksgiving dinner and just fly home the next day, that's also a great day to travel.
Okay. And then as far as the Christmas holiday goes, that end of December, last week or two, what's the suggestion with purchasing or booking your flight, anytime soon?
Yes, again, it's never too early to book Christmas travel, especially when we're talking about right now. It's just, again, a busy day to fly. That said, if you want to avoid crowds, traveling on Christmas Day itself is a pretty light day. So if you are in a pinch, you've booked last minute, you don't know what to do, maybe accept that you travel on Christmas Day. It'll be less crowded, probably cheaper, and everyone will probably be a lot more merry on the flight that day anyway.
Just fly and show up for dinner. That's fine. That's your only obligation.
I agree. Open presents at home, fly, and then have family dinner over at your next destination.
Pack it all in. Let's talk about European travel, whether you have family or you're being adventurous. This one's often a little bit more difficult because not necessarily direct flights. You usually have 2 legs of a flight that you have to do. Let's get into that.
Yes. So we're seeing a lot of interest in European travel, especially for the holidays. You can go abroad to the Christmas markets. People love that. It's so magical. But the reality is, even though we're seeing flight prices drop domestically, we're seeing high interest in European travel. Everyone wants to go there to make up for lost time during the pandemic. So what we're seeing is that European travel is past its 2019 travel levels. And the best time to book an international flight, so that would be that European flight from the US, is 72 days or more before departure. Once it's within that 10 weeks window, we see airfares start to rise significantly. Unfortunately, we are sort of past that booking window for holiday travel to Europe. But again, that's where you start to employ those tricks like being open to the exact day that you travel, maybe booking that basic economy airfare instead to save money.
Sure. And that just goes back to this next point for the article being flexible. We've really kind of beat the dead horse on that throughout everything that we just talked about. So, anything you want to add as far as holiday travel goes as people are planning these next couple of months?
Well, one of the big things that I think some people almost forget about traveling to Europe is that Europe is not celebrating Thanksgiving. So if you do want to go to the Christmas markets, a lot of people want to go for Christmas, but consider traveling for Thanksgiving because you won't see that huge spike in not only airfares, but hotel prices, because for them, the end of November is pretty much just a normal day. So stay home for Christmas and maybe consider doing Europe for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, kick off the holiday season that way. That's a really good tip. Yeah, and so
do that Christmas shopping at the Christmas markets, and then you have your gifts ready to go.
Yeah, go to Germany. That would be really cool. That's on my bucket list.
Same.